So if you've watched the Lord of the Rings movies, you have seen this scene.
You shall not pass!
This scene. This scene. This scene. This scene.
I fought him, the Baron of Morgoth.
And if you've seen the Hobbit movies, you've seen this scene. And this scene. And this scene. Which leads a lot of people who haven't read the books to ask the question, why couldn't Gandalf use his full Maiar power? What are the Istari anyway? If you're seeing this, hopefully you've already seen part 1, but if not, go back and watch it. In that one, we talk about what the wizard's colors mean and if there were really only 5 wizards in Middle-earth. This is part 2, where I answer the questions that him and I just asked. Literally, how cute is he? My son got him for me for my birthday this past April, and he's just so adorable. So in order to answer why Gandalf couldn't use his full powers, we gotta answer what the Istari are first. If you've read the books or if you've been around my page for a while, you know that Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast, and the 2 blue wizards are a part of an order called the Istari. What are they and what is their purpose? Istari is plural for Istar, meaning wizard in Quenya. The Istari are an order of Maiar who claim to possess and exhibit an imminent amount of knowledge of the nature and history of the world. It's unknown how many Istar there are in total, but only 5 were sent over to Middle-earth: Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast, and LOTR and Palando. This is where we get into their purpose, why they were sent to Middle-earth. They were sent as emissaries of the Valar to help in the fight against Sauron. But when they first came over to Middle-earth, around the year 1000 of the Third Age, they didn't really do a whole lot. Before the threat of Sauron's return was really concrete, they were kind of just hanging around, traveling, and gaining what knowledge they could of Middle-earth. Kind of like old men on a retirement tour. But as the threat of Sauron's return grew, they became more active in their purpose, and sought to contest the growth of the Shadow and to move men and elves to beware of their peril. The Valar thought that the best way to do this was to send them over as old men. Another reason they were sent over as old men was basically a way of the Valar saying, we're learning from our past mistakes, alright? Kaya, what do you mean learning from their past mistakes? Alright class, pull out your Unfinished Tales textbook. I'm about to do you some learning. We're gonna go all the way to the back to the chapter The Istari. For me, it's on the 2nd page, right next to this beautiful little picture of the blue wizards. And this is where we learn of why the Valar sent the Istari over as old men. This the Valar did, desiring to amend the errors of old, especially that they had attempted to guard and seclude the Eldar by their own might and glory fully revealed, whereas now their emissaries were forbidden to reveal themselves in forms of majesty, or to seek to rule the wills of men or elves by open display of power, but by coming in shapes weak and humble were bidden to advise and persuade men and elves to good, and to seek to unite in love and understanding all those whom Sauron, should he come again, would endeavor to dominate and corrupt. So that's why Gandalf couldn't use his full Maiar power. He wasn't allowed to. This might actually turn into a fun little series on the Istari, or maybe just Gandalf, because I have people coming and asking me great questions, and then I'm even thinking up new ideas to talk about in my head, so stay tuned, I guess.